Hello everyone, welcome to my channel C.S.E-Pathshala. We were studying about Python for machine learning and data science, and in this tutorial we will study about Pandas plotting. So if we talk about plotting, Pandas uses plot method to create diagrams or figures. And this plot method comes under PyPlot, which is a submodule of the package or library that is matplotlib. And this library, matplotlib, is been used for data visualization. That means it's been used for generating diagram, graph, or some charts. Okay, so let's consider an example where we will import pyplot from the matplotlib and visualize our data frame. So import pandas as PD. That means we are importing pandas library and using PD as an alias for it. Then import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So our main module here is matplotlib. Pyplot is a subcomponent of matplotlib, and we are again using an alias, that is PLT, for the pyplot. Then what we are doing, we are defining a variable df which is equal to pd.read_csv record.csv. So we are accessing a CSV file record here with the help of pd. So what our record CSV file is, this one. I have created three columns here, that is marks, total, and a percentage, and I have given certain numerical values to them. And I have saved this file in a form of a comma separated values format, and the location of this file is the same from where my application or the Jupyter notebook is being running. So it's quite mandatory to store the file into that location from where your either Python or the application is running, so that it's been convenient to get it accessible. Now what we are doing here is we did read this record file, then we are plotting the data frame. So this can be plotted with the help of df.plot, and then what we are doing, we are also showing the plot here. Okay, so this is done with the help of plt.show. So let's save this code and run this code. We did took three columns in our data frame, that is the marks, total, and the percentage. So here all these column values has been presented in the graph with the different colors. That means this is the line chart for your marks, this is the line chart for the percentage, and this is the line chart for the total. So this is how we have performed data visualization for our record.csv file. We can also generate scatter plot. For that, we need to specify that we want a scatter plot, and there is an argument that's called as kind. So we have to assign the value of kind as scatter. In scatter, we usually took or we consider only the points rather than the line charts. Okay, so in scatter plot we also needs x-axis and the y-axis, because we have to consider what we can put in x-axis and what we can put in y-axis. So we have to define both of these, and also we have to assign the value of kind as scatter. So let's consider one code and then we will understand how to perform this. So import pandas as PD, import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. That means we did included both the libraries, and we will access its components with the help of PD, that is for pandas, and PLT, that is for pyplot, a subcomponent of matplotlib. Then again we are reading the record.csv file with the help of pd.read_csv. We are assigning its value to df. Then what we are doing, this is the important line, that means df.plot kind equal to scatter. That means, as we did already studied, we have to assign the value of kind to scatter, and then here we are taking x equal to marks and y equal to total. So here is my CSV file. So I am just considering marks on the x-axis and total on the y-axis, and then we are showing our plot, that is plt.show. So let's save this code and run this code. This is our scatter plot. Okay, that means all the points with respect to the marks and the total has been created here. So we can take any of the column, marks, total or percentage. Okay, so here if we just take percentage and total and then we create scatter plot. Here it is. Let's save this code again and run this code. So here is the scatter plot between percentage and the total. And now if we take a scatter plot between percentage and marks, yes, we can do this thing. Okay, so let's save this code and run this code again. So this is again a different scatter plot. So we can take any of the values on x-axis and y-axis according to our data frame, and we can perform the visualization for the scatter plots. Usually if we are having a correlation between the various columns of a data frame or the table, then scatter plot is very much useful. Okay, that means how a value of a particular column being correlated to the values of the another column of the same table, whether they are increasing, whether they are decreasing, whether they are being constant. So with the help of scatter plots, we can have a perfect visualization of them. Now the next thing is histogram. We can use the kind argument to specify that we want to create a histogram. So here we will assign the value of kind is equal to hist. So histogram needs only one column. It doesn't needs 2 or 3 columns. With the help of one column we can create histograms, and usually the histograms has been used for telling the frequency of each interval. That means for example, how many workouts lasted between 50 and the 60 minutes. So we are just showing the frequency. So let's consider an example where we will use marks column to create the histogram. Import pandas as pd, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. We did studied about these in the above example. Again, in the next line we are reading the CSV file, that is record.csv. Now we are doing that is df marks. So df marks, what does this mean? We are considering only the marks column of our data frame, and then we are plotting it, that is df marks dot plot kind equal to histogram. So just consider one column of our data frame, that is record.csv, and plot the histogram for it, or just plot the frequency of that particular column. So let's save this code and run this code. This is the frequency distribution of the marks. So we can see here is this is our marks, that is 20, 30, 10, 15 and 25. So these all has been represented here in the form of frequency. Now obviously if you just take a range from 10, so it's been having a frequency 1 only, then 15 again it has been having a 1 frequency, 20, 25 and 30 all are having only 1 frequency. That means there has not been repeated values. Okay, so all are distinct values right now. So yes, they are having a single frequencies. So here we can also see that our smallest value is 10 and our largest value is 30. So whatever the histogram has been created here, its values is from between 10 to 30, and all are having the single frequency one that has been represented here. If the values might have been repeated, then obviously we can get the different frequencies or the histogram according to it. For example, if we just change the values, that is the last value as 15 and then save our CSV file. Okay, and now again we just run this code. So save this again and run our code. Okay, so now the frequency has been changed. So for the value 15, its frequency now is 2. Remaining all is having frequency 1. So this is how we can create a histogram by taking any of a column value. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. We'll come up with more informative tutorials. Thanks for watching. Kindly do subscribe to my channel.